to a great podcast.
Cheers, my love. Cheers.
All right, welcome to Uncle Legend's Corner. I'll be your host, Uncle Legend, and with me always is my beautiful
That's right.
co-host,
Coco.
Call Girl Six.
Beautiful Coco.
I was thinking about the damn dog that's staring at me.
that too. Hey y'all, what's up?
What's happening?
So we're back. Today is Sunday.
We're back on the regular schedule.
Yeah, we're back on the regular schedule, guys. You know, it was the holidays. We've been moving around, but we got you. We bike. We back, baby. Okay.
Yep. Y'all can bring all y'all hating ass questions. All y'all sad that people got them podcasts and the mic going on in their house because they don't agree with your opinions. Bring all that shit here. Because I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the incel community, the bitter bitch community, and everybody else with it. I'm ready for all y'all bullshit. So,
all right, you have a topics pulled up for today?
Let me bring it up on my trusty iPhone.
Anyway.
Don't start your shit.
Look, we have enough. Okay, I'm not dealing with this.
We're gonna start that
shit.
iPhone
capacity.
Come on, I don't want everybody to know that my wife a peasant.
Anyway,
I'm out here talking about my empress. She got an Android.
I have a Samsung Galaxy. Okay, Galaxy Nation. Thank you.
You might as well get a pager.
Stand up.
You might as well get a pager because that's what the fucking look like in the group chat.
Anyway,
fucking pager. All right, so we got viewer questions. We ain't doing this with your raggedy ass phone. So we got viewer questions. That's the fuck I'm talking about, Brandon. Fox, you beautiful. Legend, your head is big. Chris, you such a fucking joke.
Thank you. Fantastic banter. I love you.
I'm gonna key your fucking truck.
Brandon, not so much. Maybe
Brandon, my dog.
Maybe next time.
You gotta respect the man with good taste. I surround myself with men with good taste, except Chris. Chris got a good taste in his wife, and then everything else went to shit. All right, so first viewer question we got is, what's the best way for a woman to determine if a guy just wants to fuck or have sex? Those are very similar to me. Or really genuinely trying to get to know her. So I'll let the lady tee off first before I come with this truth. What you think?
What's the best way for a woman to determine if a guy just wants to screw or have sex or genuinely trying to get to know her? Number one, I would say for me, I don't follow like a 30-day, 90-day, 60-day rule or anything like that.
That shit's stupid. Not stupid that you don't do it. People who do it. That's just like whatever.
It would be for one, when I speak, is he listening to me? Is he listening to what I'm saying? And or how much time we spend away from telephone time, right? So how much time we spend in person. I'm not one. Most women, I think nowadays, they want to, take me here, take me to this restaurant, take me to, just because I think to me, and I think we were talking about this earlier, that women feel like because when men have sex with them, it's taking something from them. Yes. Right. But we can't get that stuff back. Like, I'm going to get something from you. I'm going to get something out of this deal. Right.
I want my box back.
So yeah. Can't get our coochies back.
It's
unfortunately. Dang. I wish. Anyway. But I think that, how much time we spend outside really getting to know each other, not talking about sex, not talking about that type of stuff, how much time you spend really trying to get to know me. I think that would determine whether or not, you're just in it for sex or not, because I can tell you, most men, I would say, don't hide it well when, of course, that's what it is that they want. It's going to slip out. You're going to say something stupid. You're going to try and test the water. It's going to come out wrong. Panties going to come back up. It's just going to be a catastrophe. So I think, and that's the truth.
You're going to talk the draws back up?
Talk the draws right back up. It's going to be a catastrophe. So I do think that spending time outside of the phone time is one telltale way to know that he's genuinely interested in you.
I'm in.
Yeah, you in.
First of all, there's only two type of dudes that's gonna talk to you: dudes who want to fuck you and get to know you, and dudes who just want to fuck you. We all want to fuck.
Yeah, of course.
So let's eliminate that. Well, if they just want to have sex. We all want to have sex. Like the first thing on our mind, we see you and we think you cute. I ain't never seen a woman and was like, God, I could just see her personality flexing from right here. Never, never. I was face, titties, waist, cheeks. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
the same thing with women.
Well, no, we're not talking about what the same thing is. I'm just saying that when you say it, when you even phrase the question like that, it's like, get rid of that mentality. We all want to fuck. Every one of us.
Yes, exactly, Sean.
Okay, cool.
It's
but
the same thing. We do
it's the
too. 'Cause
question
we don't
came
know
from a
y'all
woman.
flaming personalities
Yeah,
when we
the
see
question
y'all.
came from the woman. This and that. This is the difference about it. Women would like you would prefer. It's like at the end of the day, we want ass. And I think a lot of times women are just like, could you just dress, what y'all really asking for is like, could you just dress it up some and make me feel like I'm worthy or something? Well, you know what I mean? Make me feel like you worked a little bit to get this ass. Because y'all don't know, a lot of times y'all don't know the difference between somebody getting to know you and lust. And y'all imagine when men chasing you, a lot of times y'all are taking like, oh, this man chasing me, he must be interested. No, because I will chase somebody I'm lusting after. Because that shit is a game to me. It's like, oh, I'm chasing. It's like, oh, I'll chase. I play the game, and I'm like a dog chasing a school bus. Once I catch that motherfucker, I don't know what to do. All right, what are we? We are calling an Uber.
To certain women, I think it's a game too. I'm one of those women. Like it's a game to me. So I understand wholeheartedly about that. But when you said we don't know the difference between lust and what you said, lust and what was it?
Between like lust and intentions, right? Like it's a difference between a man who has intentions and it's a difference between a man who's lusting after you. Both of them want to fuck you.
Right. Yeah, of course.
But the difference is the man who lusting, he's willing to do anything. And it looks exactly the opposite to most women. A man who's lusting is willing to do anything because we're goal oriented. And I'm not saying nothing about women. I'm talking strictly about men. We're goal oriented. And it's like, I want to fuck her.
I think
she trying to make it hard to get. She trying to do all of this other shit, this and that, da da da. She acting all funky, blah 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 blah. Wait till I get that ass, and she gonna be brand new.
So I think that when it comes to women not knowing the difference, I think it's not that we don't know the difference. We get blindsided by what we want. So then one, our stubbornness gets in the way. Number two, either or sometimes desperation get in the way.
Your fucking egos.
You know, and egos as well. And also that notion of, well, it's starting out like this, but by the end of it all, I'm gonna make him do this. We have this thing in us where we feel like we can change your mind about something and have it teeter towards our way, right? So I think that's the issue. It's not that we don't know the difference. I think we do know the difference. I think we feel we either don't want, not I would say don't want to see it, but we have kind of blinders on when it comes to that because of
then I just have one question. Well, then that's the answer to this question for y'all then. Because the question isn't are men and women the same? The question isn't if women also want to do all of this stuff that men want to do. Mm-hmm. The question is, how do you know the difference between a man who just want to beat the brakes off your ass and trying to get to know you? The difference is knowing the difference between intentions and lust. Mm-hmm. And if you're saying that y'all know that, then I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, like I said, some things blind certain women. So I would say,
well, then that's the problem. And a lot of blinding is an ego issue.
Yeah, and that's true. It is. I agree with that.
Blind is 100% an ego issue because a woman to step into some shit with her healing personality and be like, you know what, this dude broken, but I can fix that. He gonna change to me because my box is this, and I listen to Erykah Badu, and I got some candles, and I bought some stones, and went to the apothecary store or some shit like that yesterday.
That's wrong. You can't do that. You can't do that. Your job is not change somebody and or to change them to be what you think that you want.
This is the difference. If you really want to, like, the honest cut is that you are in control of sex. So really, it's like, if you got a good product, right? If you got a product that seems appeasing to people, why are you mad if everybody won't buy it? You know what I'm saying? It's like if we bred dogs and when we had these dogs, everybody wanted to buy these dogs. You know what I'm saying? But we chose who we sold them to for less money than the people who would have sold them to for thousands of dollars or something like that, because we wanted them to go to good homes. Mm-hmm. So we made that choice consciously to behave in that way because we had a product, i.e., your sexual market value. Look at you, pretty face, big titties, this and that, da da da. They see you and it's like, hey, whore. But hey, they see. I stick that in there like a black youngster. Whore. But all of that stuff is like, if you got a product, why are you mad that somebody want to buy it? Because you control who you sell it to.
So it's not that we're mad that somebody wouldn't want to buy it. We expect for people want to buy it, right?
What else you offer?
We expect that. However, it's I don't make it so obvious when I want somebody, right?
It's not about what you want.
Don't make it obvious. Like, y'all just go, hey, so you going to my house or yours? Or, hey, we can go out to dinner then. Which like, come on.
Because
like,
that's because men,
stimulate
but
me.
think about this. Think about this. You just want to give it to you. You want some smoke and mirrors. Like, the dude had the same intention. The only difference between me and Dirtbag Mode and Dude A is Dude A gonna come over and be like, hey, on Netflix and chill, and I'm gonna be like, let me learn a little shit. Let me do this and that. Boom, smoke and mirrors, lay it down, and then be like, let's set some boundaries. Goddamn it. Let's set some fucking boundaries, ma'am. This is a fucking Wendy's.
Stimulation, like
but do you want stimulation or do you want me to get to know you? Because that's different than the question. Both. But that's different than the question. I was dealing with the question. If we just blowing this all up into all of the branches that go to, that's a different question. But I'm just dealing with the question. The question is, what's the best way for a woman to determine if a guy just want to fuck or if he's genuinely trying to get to know her? I think the thing is you have to first start, are you worth getting to know? Not what you personally think of yourself. Do people look at you as an interesting person? Your girlfriends, the male friends you might have, family members, when you start talking and you start telling the story or something like that, or when you break the silence about something, everybody eager to hear what you got to say. If that answer is hell no, you're not interesting. Like, you're just not interesting. This is the crazy thing about it. Like, not to even be sexist about the shit. I know probably about, and people take this the wrong way, but I put the misogyny turban on today, so I'm on my Nick Cannon shit, whatever.
Oh, this the
misogyny turban. The other one is my healed.
I'm embroider it with an M.
Yeah, let's get an M on that bitch, like Majin Buu, like Majin Buu from Dragon Ball. So you know, this was bullshit. But no, when you really take a look at it and think about it, women first of all got to get their ego out the way, and then just understand it's like we can't change the fact everybody wants to get a good deal. That is the way we are as people. It don't matter if you're buying a car. It ain't no ugly woman or man about to turn down a beautiful person of the opposite sex or same sex, whatever you into. But nobody is going to turn down dating up. The only reason a man would turn down dating up is because we know it's hard pressed. We know that it's hard pressed for somebody to for a woman to respect us sometimes if we don't make enough money or we ain't got enough status or something like that. So sometimes a man would shy away from that, but women are what's the word? Hypergamous? I think that's the word. But hypergamous by nature. So I was thinking about working out, so I was coming with all the wrong hyper words. But no, they hypergamous by nature, right? So they're going to date up. So the fact of the matter is no woman is going to say what they don't deserve or they got too much. Women only will talk about when they come up short. So realistically, if you really want to know if a dude into you, first of all, make yourself somebody who is worth getting to know. Like, make yourself more. You already got the dude's attention. You look good for whatever reason. You look good. You maybe got a pretty face, maybe you got titties, maybe you got ass, maybe the body just tight, you fit, maybe a combination of them. And if it's all of the above, then you probably crazy as hell. So good luck for him, right? But because So say every dude. You show me a 10, I show you a motherfucker who tired of his shit. Show me a 10 that ain't nobody tired of his shit.
Again, I think that's a similar thing. I think that's a similar thing because a lot of bullshit people got to put up with, women have to put up with when it comes to a very attractive significant other.
And that's why 80% of y'all should stop trying to fuck the same 20% of dudes. It'll make life a little easier.
Guys too.
No, we don't try to fuck the same 20% of women. We'll fuck the whole gambit. Like we will. 100% of guys will fuck 60% of the women in the world. It's like, hey, I'm a motherfucker. Yo, you get drunk enough. When you young, you'll look at a girl and be like, boy, you see our heart beating over there? I'm about to knock that down.
Anyway.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, especially when we're young, we like dogs in heat. Like Rocky went over, like our dogs. When Gray Dog saw that Brown Dog was in heat, because we can't say their names because they start looking. So Gray Dog saw Brown Dog was in heat. He was out there with the Jamaican legs for 3 weeks.
It was
3 weeks. He can't control himself. We are similar. We're similar. We got some control, but it's hard to fight nature. Like, it's just hard to fight nature.
There we go. We're not even talking about nature. We're not doing that on this podcast.
Anyway, this is how you find out.
Everybody has a bit to do, have an accountability for self-control and discipline. So women can do it. Men can do it as well. We all can do it. Okay.
Well, then this is a perfect example of what we always talk about. Men and women are equal with you until when it's convenient.
That's not convenient.
That's when it's convenient. It's like, oh, this is something that a woman can do. Men should be able to do it too. This is something that only a man can do. Well, nah.
I have 100% faith that you can do it. So whether you choose not to, that's a whole.
So you should be able. So you should be able to cook as good as me.
Yes, I should.
Because that's a woman trick. So you don't.
I can cook some things better than you.
What?
I don't know yet. We'll see when we go in the kitchen. God damn it. Anyway, go to the second half of this.
I boil water better.
Well,
but anyway,
make tea better than you.
Who, you do?
Yes.
What about that tea this morning?
That was what was in it.
No.
That was what was in it.
I'm talking about that pot that you forgot about. No. What about that pot you left?
What type of things?
Anyway, hold on. Let me wrap that one up though.
That's
Look.
the second part.
All right. Yeah. That gets into it. It keeps us in the RAM. So,
yeah, so what type of things will he do? Will he text good morning, check on her throughout the day, etc.? I would say no. That's not the qualifying thing to say that this guy just wants to be with you. No, he's going to do the best, the bare minimum. He would do to check on you, say, hey, to make sure he's going to still keep you in line. So I would say no. That's not one of those things that he would do.
Yeah. The thing is this. If you be honest about, you know how easy it is for me to just set an alarm to say good morning. And also, too,
that's why I used to text me at 5:55 every morning.
No, I used to text you because I got up. I mean, because the type of dude that makes sure he texts all of his women in the morning.
That dude say what? What you about to say?
Nah, but that type of dude is like he setting alarm. He go back to sleep and then get up and play 2K later or something like that. He go play Madden. So the difference is like don't confuse availability with how much a man cares.
Genuine interest.
Because the fact of the matter is, like, you will sit there and be like, oh, well, this man just ain't have enough time. You want all of this time, but guess who got a lot of time? Filthy rich people and broke people. That's all it is. Like, Jeff Bezos probably has a lot of time. And then old boy who stay at his mama house who don't pay no bills got a lot of time.
Has a lot of time.
Yeah. The difference is, do you think you look good enough for Jeff Bezos to even look at you? Probably not. Like, what's your status?
Jeff Bezos don't even look good enough for him to look good.
Jeff Bezos don't need to look at him. As Jay-Z said, ain't no such thing as an ugly billionaire.
Oh my God.
Billionaires, a man who is a billionaire is cracking 85% of the cheeks on planet. Married or not. 85% of the cheeks on. Jeff Bezos come up to you and say, hey, Fox, here go $1 billion. Let me crack cheeks. You about to say, hey, man, should I be honest with you about this? Or like,
should I be? I'll give me 30 minutes, baby. I'll be right back.
Right back, this and that, and then you're gonna come back and just tell me, "Bad fuck Jeff Bezos," but I got all this money.
No, that's your boy crush anyway. So
say what you want. I'm be like, Jeff, you want a round two? I'm here. Backbreaker, fucking Lex Luger out here. No, but no, I don't mean that. It's just like an availability thing. Like, I'll give you a perfect example with me and Fox. I didn't have a lot of availability when we first started talking. That didn't mean that I wasn't interested, but when she really took the time, like, it took something from both of us. It took me communicating my schedule and then Fox having to do a little fact checking on my schedule. So what would happen is I would be like, yo, I just got off work. Like, I'd be texting her while I'm leaving work. Yeah, I just got off work.
Sure.
I'm on my way home. And then she'll come and then she'll be up there like, oh, you want to come over? I'm like, yo, I'm tired. She's like, I'll be there in 42. Well, how many minutes was it?
42 minutes.
I'll be there in 42 minutes.
So whatever you can't get done at that time won't get done because I'm be at the motherfucking doubt.
And then she get there and I'm sitting on the couch, still got my uniform, pants on with a drink. Like, hey. So, like, I ain't doing shit. I really just got off of work in 16 hours.
No, so that was when we said we were kind of gonna be a little bit more official-esque, I would say. So I think that when we first initially started,
I was in the barracks. I think
different. Yeah,
you could come on base.
No, I'm not talking about us coming to see you. What are some of the things that you did to show that you were interested during that whole?
So those times it's like
initial phase.
Those times you just gotta find the time, but y'all both got to work together for that because like I think Fox would agree that me making that time and then like when I got out of the barracks, got a place because I had went through a divorce before and then was paying an ass whack of money more than I should have been paying initially. I think she would say that it was more, that time meant more when she saw that I was giving her the little bit of time that I have than it is for somebody who got all the time in the world to give you an hour or two.
So in the beginning, since you didn't really answer my question or answer the question.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was him contacting me. He would call me at work or he would call, hit me up on my phone and he'd be like, hey, what you doing? I want to take you to lunch or whatever. Okay. So we going to lunch, him showing genuine interest in what I'm doing to make sure that I carve out time also for him too. you know. So, and I think during those times, the conversations were kind of, I wouldn't say the conversations were guided, but it definitely wasn't, I wasn't giving off though, or not even giving off, but I wasn't entertaining any conversations dealing with sex. Okay.
But I don't think I talked about sex either.
Right. And you didn't talk about sex. So that's a telltale sign there too. Like, I know
No.
you want to, of course, but you didn't make that. You didn't, like how most guys would, they'll start talking about it. Let's see your interest. Like, oh, you grown, what you do.
No,
dumb
because
shit. Like nobody. No,
but I don't think that's a good read either, because of the fact that, one, I know most women are terrible in bed. Just like you might say most men are terrible in bed. I would say most women are terrible in bed. And the difference is women might lie to men and say like, oh, well, your stroke is this, your stroke is that. Men will just flat out not say nothing, because women just think they're doing like, oh, because women don't understand that if you give us enough friction, we will come. Like a woman, it's like you can have all the friction in the world or something like that. And if the mood ain't right, you know what I mean? Mercury ain't in Gatorade or some shit like that, y'all not gonna come. So you gotta have that together. So I think the big difference is like that's just really not the major factor so far as like a dude not talking about sex, because all of it really is just knowing that talking about sex is like, what am I talking about sex for? I'm gonna fuck you. Like, and that's just, call it uncanny confidence or whatever. It's like, if I'm locked in on you and you digging me, I'm gonna fuck. So realistically,
let's answer the question then from the listener.
Text good morning don't mean nothing, because the fact of the matter is,
what type of things will he do then? Give me an example.
I think the examples is you have to be smart enough to assess how much time did this man have and how much of it is he carving out for me. If I have 2 hours free a day and I carve out 30 minutes for you.
Oh, Tom, that is a good example.
Yeah, Tom. If I got 30,
how much time you giving me?
How many? If I and know how much quality, like it's the quality of the time. Because if I don't do anything, I don't work. My whole day is free. I got 24 hours, and I give you 2 hours. That's nowhere near as good as me giving you half of my free time by giving you an hour and a half to prepare and be somewhere for you and everything. I got 3 hours, and I give you an hour and a half of that. I gave you half of my free time. The dude who got 24 hours off and he offered you 3 hours, that is nowhere near the comparison. Like when you do the ratio.
3 hours, okay?
Yeah. You should not want anybody to give you 23 hours. Do better, sis. You don't want nobody giving you 23 hours. Only thing he gonna give you is a lot of time and broke homie dick, because his dick on the charger while you at work. He is ready to beat the brakes off that. Anytime you say, well, he like, man, he give it to me anytime. He should. He been playing 2K and Call of Duty all day. My boy just been stretching, drinking water with his dick on the charger. Like, come on, yes, he should. What does he hide from?
Do guys ever truly get out of being a player or in the player?
What do y'all consider a player? Just consider just being interested in more than one woman?
Yeah, well, not.
Well, we're always going to be interested, just like y'all always going to be interested in more than one man.
Right. So not just being interested, but saying they committed to a relationship to multiple women and them not knowing that.
Them not knowing that.
Yeah, of course, them not knowing that, because
I think that comes down to that's a maturity thing for men. Because the fact of the matter is that women learn that maturity way earlier because they are challenged with that way earlier. Right? Like, and the difference between that is women who have good discernment and women who will refer to as hoes, because it's like, if you're attractive, soon as you're available, like, you know what I mean? So as soon as you're 18 or fucking, you know what I mean? If you're down there in rapey ass South Florida, somebody gonna say one more mango season when you're in your sophomore, junior year or something like that. They're gonna one more mango season, you know what I'm saying? So if you lost my train of thought because I was thinking about that one more mango season shit is so funny to me. Just grown men watching you go by being like, how old are you? 17. One more mango season.
I'm like,
one more mango season? That's wild.
My banana seat bite, like, ew. You know?
Yo, one more mango season is wild, bro.
Yeah.
That is wild. One more mango season? Mm-hmm. That's wild.
That's what I have to deal with.
But let me look at it.
The question was the player phase.
So the player phase, I would say that's a maturity thing, because the difference is like you build up a resilience to the player phase when you are met with, basically for a man, it's like when you hit your ceiling of the women you can deal with, and then get to a point where you realize like, oh, well, this ain't all that it's cracked up to be. It's harder if you're a man that continues to rise at a rapid rate, because it's like, let's say you start off and let's say you like let's say you like popular in your middle school or something like that. Let's say you start fucking in like junior high, because that's when most kids is fucking now, right? So let's say you start fucking in junior high because you're the man on your basketball football team, and then high school come around and now like you on mixtapes and you know what I mean, and doing this, that, and the third, and it's like your buzz going up. So now it's like, yeah, I was fucking this level of woman that's attractive. Now I'm fucking this level of woman who's attractive, who also knows how to do the Gawk 3000. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like you go to college and you deal with that at another level because you're rising. And then you come out of college and let's say you go to the league or you open up a big business or you know what I mean, patent pen some stuff or something like that. And you keep going and keep meeting a higher level of woman who knows how to play the game, who's in the femininity. You get to the Brittany Renners who know how to like fall in line, suck the sheets up your ass, give you everything you want, but then they also gonna bust your ass on the back end, right? Like they're gonna bust your ass on the back end, but you don't see that because you got that Bathsheba syndrome. So it's harder for men, and it's really based off of the ratio of our success over time. And then it's just also too, we late bloomers. A man doesn't become the man that he is until he's in his 30s. There's very few men who are like rock solid in their morals in their like 20s, like early 20s or something like that. Those dudes are fucking mythical. But you have to have a great upbringing, a great support system, and also have a phenomenal moral character and spiritual calling to be a man, like a real man in your early 20s. Now, granted, I was a man, all intents and purposes of I will beat the brakes off of this, that, and the third. I paid these bills. I got all of this, that, and the third done. In all sense and purposes, I was a man at 20, but to be is like concrete in your moral compass, that shit don't happen until you mid to late 30s. So it's gonna this is gonna take most of us some time. A lot of that and a lot of that is upbringing. Like when we sit there and talk about upbringing and we say something about like, oh, she got daddy issues. Well, a lot of dudes, we got mommy issues and we got daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? Same way y'all got mommy issues and daddy issues. So it's a huge perspective on how we're going to grow and how we're going to move forward and when we're going to be ready to move out of that player phase, because naturally we want to be in that player phase because it's just natural to us. We're just, it ain't no different than us and your dog when he see another dog and we want to drop some dick off. That's just, it just is what it is. But then when you start realizing there's rules to it, because one, we have to understand that there's rules to it, right? Like these are the rules for the woman that I want to be with. Am I willing to give up what I feel is my nature to be with this woman and what society tells me it is? And then when we click yes, then we marry them and we stop doing all that shit. If we don't, we like, I'm gonna stay out here for a little while because I think I could do better and roll these dice a little further.
End up alone.
I mean, yeah. I mean, nowadays, men and women. Man. Just like Kevin Samuels.
Women too nowadays, yes, especially.
No, it's been gonna be women because women was the first one to hit with all that. I'm independent. I'm this and that. Da 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 da. Okay. God bless. Do you think?
So it's a fine line between when you say independence and then the woman ending up alone. So it's like you're not going to have a woman or somebody who realizes their value, right? Or whatever they feel to be their worth. They're not going to take the shit that men who are not ready to commit to them is going to bring them. So they're not going to do that. So you're saying, okay, we're alone because, we just need to take this man or that man is what it sounds like.
I think
that's not what women are going to do.
No, I think the problem is like when people look at that, right, and they look at women a lot of times have this like mistake of self-value and your value to everyone else. You can value whatever you want at whatever price you want to, but you can't tell me what the value of that if I'm buying. You can't tell a buyer what the value of that. You can tell them what the price is, and when they don't agree, you can't go argue with the buyer and be like, well, I'm worth this and I'm this, that. No, I don't want to pay fucking $30 for your eggs. Mm-hmm. I don't want to pay $2,000. I don't want to pay $2,000 for this, you know what I mean, this piece of furniture, something like that. You can't tell people that. So I think in the big scheme of things, it's a little bit too much of men telling women to get realistic versus women not being realistic. Like some of it is women are just unrealistic. You ask the average woman, like, and people can hate Kevin Samuels all they want, but when they talk about it, he'll say, all right, rate yourself 1 to 10. can't use 7. They be like, well, I'm a 7. Well, you can fucking listen for starters, but you can't use 7. Well, I'm an 8. It's like, so you an 8? So you thought you was a 7. So you knew you wasn't an 8. But since your ego is so fucking big that you can't agree with 6, you're like, well, I gotta be 8. I can't be no 6. That's too close to 5. People just are so hurt by the idea of being average. Like most people are average. There's not just this huge list of extraordinary people, man or woman. There's just not a huge list of it. Like even when you talk about high value men, you're talking about 20% of the men. And when people talk about the patriarchy or some shit, you're talking about 1% of men. I'm not part of either one of those groups.
So I don't think that women should have to dumb themselves down to be with a man who's not going to give them what it is that they desire, just like vice versa. You have the option to accept that or decline that, just like a woman has the option to accept that or decline that from the other party.
Oh, toodles. I feel as though, yes, I agree. But what I'm saying is, if you want to sell a car, you value the car at $10,000. I value the car at $8,000. The next dude values the car at $5,000. The next dude values the car at $2,000. Somebody else values it at $9,000. Eventually, you're pressed with, I've been trying to sell this car for a long amount of time, because that's really what it is. You are trying to sell yourself to me like I'm trying to sell myself to you. You were trying to sell me this car. And the fact of the matter is like, yeah, there might be somebody out there that might pay more. But the chances don't get better as you driving that car every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the big thing about it is for you to understand is like, okay, yeah, you don't want to take that. You don't got to take that from that man. You don't got to take that from no man. But eventually the number of available men is going to get lower. Because unfortunately, like, even though people say dumb shit like, oh, it's a patriotic society and this and that. Well, most of the people in jail are men. Most of the people that are homeless are men. Most of the people who are deleting themselves from the census are men. You know what I mean? So you take all of that in there, and then you add in homosexual men, and then you add in married men, then you add in men who are in jail, and then you take all of them out, and then start going to now what's your preference? So after you done took out damn near half the men, then what's your preference? Oh, well, I want them to be this tall. I want them to look like this. I want them to have this amount of money. I want them to have this type of character. I want them to be suave. I want to be this and that. Now, the fact of the matter is you just get into this elite league of men who had to done so much to prove. Like most of the time for women, it's just genetics. All it is genetics and understanding what you got to do. Like, it's like, if you're pretty, what did you do to be pretty? What did you do to have those eyes?
Be born, baby.
Yeah, you did nothing.
Okay.
You did jack and shit. What did you? It's like realistic. It's like that. It's like even your skin. You're beautiful. You don't do shit for your skin. So that's what I'm saying. Is like you did nothing to be this beautiful. Water, it's like, okay, what did I do to be? What did I do to be able to make myself attractive to you? It's like, well, some of it's genetics because I'm 6'3".
I like it.
You know what I mean? Some of it's genetics because I'm 6'3". You know what I mean? Some of it's genetics because I'm 270. A lot of the rest of the shit is stuff that I had to work for. I had to work for the physique that you liked. I had to work to be able to handle the financial burden that you wanted me to. I had to work to learn the skill set to make myself useful to you. That's all shit that I had to work for. You ain't work to be this pretty. You don't even be doing shit. Now, I ain't taking that from you. You're beautiful. You're naturally just beautiful, but you wake up like this. Really, you put a scarf on. Put a scarf on, some eyeshadow, some lipstick. Like, I wash my face with antibacterial, so baby, I'm ready. like you know,
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go. Let's podcast. Like,
don't be hating on me. That sounds like hate.
No, I'm not saying hate. I'm just saying
it's.
I'm just saying it's a different amount of work for a man. So as far as getting
a woman, there's some women that gotta put pounds and pounds of makeup on. Who gotta
guess what?
Have this just right, have that just right. Whatever.
Guess what? You catfish.
Takes work for them.
If you got to put a pound of makeup on, no, that's not cat. It work. It's hard to bamboozle people. You're right. You're a scammer. You're a Nigerian prince in my emails. That's what you are with a pound of makeup on your face. Trying to say, I need $500 to unlock my fortune in Uganda.
There are some women who don't necessarily need that. They just like to dress
Exceptions
up.
don't make the rule.
They like to be pretty. They like
exceptions don't make the rule.
They like to dress up.
Exceptions don't make the rule.
There's anything wrong with that, but
that's fine. Who you doing it for?
For both, for them and the attention that they get.
Okay, cool.
For both and them and the attention that they get.
Okay, cool. And you want that attention. And guess what comes with that attention? Dick pics, unsolicited dick pics. That's what comes with that attention.
Hey, talk the draws right back up because
that's what comes with that. The dude wants to see you unsolicited dick pics. Like you sitting there with a full face of makeup and your push-up bra and your waist trainer and your this and that, da 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 da, with $8,000 on the table for your BBL that you gonna damn near die coming back from Punta Cana with. Hey, that shit comes with dick pics. Dick pics.
Listen, so will they truly get out of being a player?
Yes, most men will once they hit a level of maturity. They got to hit a level of maturity. It's a couple things that got to happen in the man's life. Because regardless of all the massages, just the shit that I say, this and that, there's one of the most important things that a man needs to do in his life is to find a woman that balances him, a loyal, wonderful woman who balances him, loves him, and is his muse. Those are the things. Those are some of the things. There's probably a couple other things I can think of, but off the top of my head, those are some of the things we think. Ain't no dude talking about the only dude, like when you hear dudes be on that incel shit, when we don't need women. Everything a woman could do is this and that. That's what I say. Like you got the incel community, and they go with this bitter bitch community that over there think that like men shouldn't have standards, so men shouldn't say this and that, and dudes think women shouldn't have standards, so they shouldn't say this and that. They're the same group of bitter ass people, right? But the fact of the matter is, ain't no real man, period. About to tell you, a man that's worth something. A man that when people he walk in the room, men and women look at him and say, that's a man. None of those men are going to say that we don't need women. No, none of them going to say that. Now
that's
you have
to know. So that's something to take down.
Yeah, that's something good to know. None of us are going to say that we don't need women. We need women. We want them and we need them. I absolutely need you. I wouldn't have we wouldn't have did this big ass wedding and paid for this ring and did all of this other shit and put this big ass ring on me. All of this because I thought you was cute. Ain't nobody that cute.
Anyway,
I'm just telling you, like, ain't nobody that cute.
So next question from a listener is, so it's a kind of a two-part question. Do you feel that the man should pay for things every time you all go out? Or should you both have the fair share of paying for things? Or what do you feel is the best / or good time frame to get to know someone before saying you all can get into a relationship? So, well, I guess it was two separate questions. I think that person was saying either or, one of those. So let's go with the last one. Because I think we've covered paying for things and whatever.
I think that's one of them things where, well, it depends on what kind of feminist you are, right? Like, are you a 50s feminist or are you a 5th generation feminist? If you're a 5th generation feminist, go Dutch and shut the fuck up.
What do you mean by that?
Go Dutch. That means go half and shut the fuck up.
What? Okay, Dutch. Okay.
Yeah, go Dutch. Like, go half on the bill. Shut the fuck. If you're a 5th generation feminist, where you think that everything should be equal, meaning that if you think everything should be equal, that means equal lefts and equal rights. That means your ass should pay half. If you are a woman who wants to follow old-fashioned values that a man should pay, then you should get a man who believes in that. And then you should also understand that you're expected to act accordingly for that. For instance, like for men, if we want a woman that's going to sit home, cook, wash, do all of this stuff, rear the children, this and that, we have to provide an environment to get said woman. Like we have to be the complete breadwinner. Yep. We have to make her feel safe. We have to take care of all of this stuff so that she can operate in that, right? So it's like if I do all of that stuff, I can expect that from a woman. So even when a woman come up and be like, well, it's 2023, women ain't supposed to do that. Shut up. You're not capable of it. Get your bitter ass out of here. Just like for a woman, when a dude say, well, you should be cooking and cleaning and doing this and that. You make $12,000 a year.
Okay.
Shut up.
Ain't enough for me to
this and that. You ain't got enough dick nor money to shut me up. Yep. So get the fuck out of here. Right. So it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got shut up dick or hush money.
Yeah.
So she's not gonna be quiet. So here you are, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, so when we get to talking about that, about who should pay for it, what do you ultimately want? Because when you get into who should pay for it, that's a woman's perspective of who should pay for it. If you think things should be equal and you are one of these 5th generation feminists, it should be equal. You expect everything to be equal, it should be equal. You should drive half the trip. You should change every other tire. You should wash your clothes every other day.
Look at your roles and what you guys present.
What do you want?
And if it aligns with even what you want, because sometimes what we want is not what our character is portraying.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair
You see
enough.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So it depends on what it is that our character is portraying. And
Yeah, but
whether or not we're gonna get what it is.
I think it's harder to understand what your character's betraying, vice what you want. So I think what the thing is like what we said about the New Year's podcast is like, instead of faking it till you make it and doing all the other shit, work on becoming the person that you faking to everybody that you are. Like, work on being that person, right? So why don't you take that time out and try and do that, right? So realistically, as far as who pays, who do you want to pay? If you want the man to pay, understand that something comes with it. Ain't shit free in the world.
Well, so wait, I would say let's roll it back to, okay, even just dating. So there's not much a man is going to, well, should, I would say, require of me if he's taking me out on a date. I'm not going to sit here and raise your kids and cook and clean and do all this stuff. You just taking me out on a date. I don't even know if I even like your ass yet. So let's not go all there real quick. But my thing is, if you invite me out somewhere, I'm assuming that you are inviting me so that way you can you're going to take care of whatever. But I'm going to have my monies. I'm going to always have my monies because I like to take care of me. But yes, I'm going to assume that you're going to foot the bill because you invited me out. All right? That's one thing. I'm gonna assume it. So, I have my own monies, but
no. So I get that, right? And then like I think that's an unlevel playing field to play on when it's up here. Like men, we just have to, because the fact of the matter is you ain't got to do shit. If you walk outside right now with the pants that you have on right now, that nobody can see. If you
don't do that.
If you walk out with
you don't do that.
I got on sweatpants. I don't know.
Me too.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm only good from waist up right now.
It's like a Zoom call, right?
It's just like a Zoom call at work. Like
we good head to waist.
You see me walk off on here, you're gonna see Superman pajamas. Psych, Superman trash as hell. But I think like when people say that, they're like, oh well, whoever asked somebody out on a date should pay for it. I think realistically that's unfair, because the fact of the matter is that it's never going to be fair about men going after women and vice versa.
Well, I can agree with that. However, it depends on the person, right? Because if that person wants to show interest in you as well, that woman, she's going to want to spend time with you, even though you didn't ask her sometimes. So yeah, I've taken men out on dates before. I take you out on dates.
You married me.
But even if we were married, before we were married, I would still take you out.
Wasn't married too many times before we got married. After we got married, you've been out here like, hey, baby, let's go on a date. But after I put a ring on it.
Well, I would have incentive. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you got incentive.
I ain't wasting my goddamn money.
Well, that's how men feel.
But no, so even other guys that I was very interested in, I would take them out too. It wasn't just them. If I
so how come I paid for all the dates when we was dating? You weren't interested in me?
So
I'm a fucking cuck.
When I went,
I'm a fucking cuck.
I would take guys out too if I wanted to spend more time with them or see them or whatever. I'm like, okay, what's up? Hey, I saw this in town, whatever you want to go. Yeah, okay. So now I'm gonna pay for that. But sometimes they would pay anyway, but I would be the one. How
far we were into knowing each other before you paid for something?
Anyway, so
question. I just wanted, was I just that not interested?
Evolve, so we're not doing that.
So you grew and evolved into a fucking miser?
No, I paid for your date.
When?
Why we go out?
When did it start?
Go out?
Did it start?
I don't know. It's been so long ago. I have no idea.
Did it start before we left Florida?
Yes. What do you mean? Just because you ungrateful and don't remember doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Okay.
So these guys. So how long were you talking to these dudes?
We're talking about this. All right. We're not talking.
No, because I want to know why my ribs ain't strong enough. Am I not that dude? I was over here thinking I'm that dude. In fact, this is the opportunity, fellas. Listen right here. Your woman will always have a time when she puts you back in your place. Like whenever you think like, man, these bitches all on my dick or something, you don't want to look at her DMs and find out how many dudes are just sliding in there. I'm talking about full boom in her DMs, baby arms in her DMs and shit like that. You over here like,
listen. This is not about your ego right now. Okay?
No, it ain't about my ego.
It's about what I'm saying.
I'm just humbling myself.
Some women will take men out too.
That's the exception. That's not. Do you think that's more than 50% of women?
I don't know. No,
if you had to get, if you like just
no, I don't.
All right, well,
even now,
so the majority of women don't do that. You think, right?
No, I don't think the majority.
So then when we talking about the majority, we can't talk about like exceptions to the rule, because that's something that women love to do, is like find these like outliers and be like, well, I know a guy who, I know a motherfucker who walked up school both ways with no shoes on in the snow and shit like that. It's my granddaddy. So cool story. But like what we talking about right now is like the fact of the matter is the majority of women expect men to pay, but you cannot expect 1950s men when you're not 1950s women, and vice versa.
So how do you get a 1950s women on the first date? Tell me that. How do you get that?
I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're asking.
Okay. How do you get that 1950 women, that 1950 woman? How do you get her on the first date? What is she supposed to show you on the first date or two that you're looking for to say, oh, I feel comfortable spending my coins on this woman?
No, it was the expectation. That was a 1950s man. But also, too, when people got married back in the day, people might show all this shit on TV. But like, if you really read and you talk to the elders in your family and shit like that, it wasn't like this for the dude. It wasn't an old like, oh, love and this and that. People fell in love afterward. They didn't date for 3 years. People didn't date for 3, 5, 10 years and shit like that. They saw who they wanted and it was like, yo, we're gonna figure this shit out. We're gonna make it work. We plan on being together. Marriage is this. We don't have the same values for marriage that we have then.
That's true.
Right. So now it's like
so quick to leave when
everybody's so quick to leave.
You're teaching me about myself. Oh my God, I'm such an asshole. Fuck you. You're the problem. I'm out. No.
Yeah, and then it's like, and then it's like just a 100% lack of accountability. Like men will lack the accountability in the area of the things that we've done, and women lack the accountability to that 75% of the time. Y'all file for fucking divorce. Like, so y'all can say it's like,
shit.
Huh?
We're tired of the shit.
Okay, cool. Call it whatever you want. Call it whatever you want. You think that women wasn't tired of it? You think men and women wasn't tired of this shit back then? You think when Ethel went and fucked the mailman, and
so I think that it's a different level, and I think you would probably agree too. It's a different level of disrespect towards each other now. I think it's
both ways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Both ways. I think it's a blatant like, screw you, horse you rode in on. You know, I'm doing this right in front of your face. Like, I think that's the difference. Like, there's no real respect for each other and or yourself at the end of the day.
I think so the respect with men is a weird issue. That it's like it's a multifaceted factor. I think a lot of the loss of respect from women come from the fact that the world's really safe right now.
What do you mean?
Because if it was a fucking saber-tooth tiger outside in the front yard and I called you a bitch, you know what you would do? Whatever the fuck I told you to do, because you know that saber-tooth tiger is about to come in the house and I'm the only one who can kill it.
So that's still disrespectful.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
what's going on like that.
But what I'm saying is, it's like women have gotten to a point where it's like women don't see the value of men anymore. Like women don't see the value of men anymore because it's like,
and men do not see the value of women anymore.
I think men see the value of women, but this is the thing: they see the value of a certain type of woman. Women own a woman who's one feminine, agree, or like all of this like normal, natural, feminine shit. Not argument. What?
That's crazy because the woman would see a value in a certain type of man, someone that's an actual leader who's honest, right? Someone who what?
Yeah, you see, Bunny. Bunny said, "Yeah, I look like you want me to call you now for my free reading."
We ain't doing that, Bun.
Get your free bomba clad reading. Lord have mercy.
Lord
have mercy.
Thank you. Better.
La.
But anyway, so yeah, I think that we respect a certain type of men too. So it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I really think that right now it's men are judged more on their money than their character. Like, so okay, I put it like this: the same way that women look at girls who do hoe shit and be up to like, well, the hoes is the one getting all the men and doing this and that, da da da. Maybe I should be a hoe. That's the same way dudes look at like these millionaire dudes, because they treat you like shit. You go chase after this millionaire, he gonna treat you like shit. He gonna fuck your sister, he gonna fuck your best friend, and he gonna tell you, I all need to get in the bedroom. I'm gonna drop all 3 of you bitches and go get 3 more. And that's how he gonna act when you fuck with this billionaire dude. And we looking like, well, damn, y'all don't care about us. Y'all want the billionaire dude. But what happens in both of those scenarios is we fail to realize our shortcomings. Because women to be over there like, oh, y'all say y'all want natural women, but y'all don't want me. You look like a platypus. Nobody wants a natural platypus. They want a natural human being.
I have to disagree with that.
No. Because at the end of the day, we still want people to be attractive. It's like if you say, I want a man, like, so let's say when all dudes start getting all the fake beards and the wave wigs and everything else, and you be up to like, nah, I want a man that's natural. You want a man that's natural that got hair over a man that's natural that got the George Jefferson.
You know what? When I look at the big scheme of this whole thing, so
Lord have mercy.
To say that, shut up. It's more to just say that opposites attract, right? We attract the wrong things because we have to grow. We have to go through something to grow through it, right? So I think that we choose these wrong things because it's ultimately going to teach us some sort of lesson at the end of the day. And so that's what we have to go with. Unfortunately, it's not. Unfortunately, I think we slow our time. We slow our healing time by doing things like that, of course. But it's going to take until we get to that level of knowing and that level of whether it's going to be more self-respect, self-worth, or just being a better person, period, to realize that, hey, I shouldn't operate in this capacity, and then choose someone that's not just of the physical means, but somebody else that feeds our spirit and everything else that we are made up of.
I think the point of the matter is that, I'll give you a perfect example. We need to understand the double standards between men and women and just understand it is what it is. Instead of trying to make things even when it works for us. Like a perfect example is this. Like we'll complain about, when men make some money and this and that, they start acting weird. Well, when women get their body done, they start acting weird. You know what I'm saying? Because money shows the character and money is the value in a man. Like a lot of times when a woman will look at the value in a man, they'll look at how much they make. When a dude looks at the value in a woman, we're going to look at the first thing we look at is how you look. So it's like when you go get your body done, that's the same thing as me becoming partner at my firm.
Well, I think it's okay.
It is because
I get that. But I'm saying that women look at how you look too. And then if it's not the part, it's like, okay, well, what else he got? What else I can probably like or fall in love with?
It's a good chance.
So we go down the list. We go like, okay.
Well, we do the same thing.
Okay.
And we do this. We do the same thing.
Make this work.
We do the same thing. Yo, Bunny said, because if I get my body done, I'm putting booking info on my bio. Bunny on the dead homies. If you put booking info in your bio, I'm coming to take my fucking goddaughter and I'm done with you. Put some goddamn booking info in your bio. I'm coming to get my baby and I'm done. Give me my goddaughter. I'm done with you. Get your ass on OnlyFans or do whatever the fuck you need to do. But I am done with you because I know who you used to be and I know who you becoming. Catch flights, not feeling. Yo, how you ban somebody from the chat? We're going to figure this out right now. Ban?
That's star.
That's ban.
He going to star you, Buns. He going to star you.
Sure, I'm going to put it right there. Everybody so y'all can see that. Catch flight, not feeling. There go Bunny. Right there. That's my best friend in the fucking world. Out here acting like a whore. But
okay. So what do you feel is the best or good time frame to get to know someone before saying you all can get into a relationship?
When you ready, that's discernment. I mean, it's people.
I would say it's not when you ready. It's when
y'all ready.
Have the feelings and you bring it to the other person and then see if that person feels the same way.
Because they might ask you, they might tell you what the play is.
You might know what the fucking play is. So if that person is not ready, stop. If that person is not ready, you can't force that person to be ready. You have two options. Either you wait for that person to get ready or you leave and find someone who is ready. Doesn't matter if you really wanted that person, though. It doesn't matter. That person's not where you are. So you have to respect that.
One of the things you got this is one of the things that you got to put in there too. I think we all need to get over this accept me as I am bullshit though. Because you can't sit here and have these like super fucked up flaws about you and have a person that cares about you and they need you to hop over this hump. Like say, for instance, if we're together and you are the type of woman that when you get hyped up, you want to put your hands on me. But I love everything about you. But you didn't put your hands on me a couple of times. I'm like, yo, you need to go to therapy. You need to work on that. And then you come at me with well, you need to accept me as I am. No, the fuck I don't. Like now you put me in a position where it's like, we can make a beautiful thing work, but you're going to let your ego go on the way because I'm supposed to accept you as you are. I'm supposed to accept you in your unhealthy ass relationship. I'm supposed to accept you in your unhealthy ass habits. So we got to release our ego when it comes down to those things. It's like, there are certain things that I want to know long term. And it's like, I think I don't know about dudes. I imagine dudes are probably the same way. I ain't never been in a relationship with one.
I was about to say, what you mean you don't know about dudes? Like,
well, I don't know about dudes from the perspective of being in a relationship. What it's like.
Okay, go ahead.
Mandingo. But the fact of the matter is, like, people come with that accept me as I am shit, and it's like, no, like dudes say dumb shit. I hear a couple of the homies say some shit like, man, I had to tell him, man, I'm fighting these demons. Man, fuck you and them demons. Take your punk ass to therapy or something. Like, you fight them demons how?
Yeah.
By sticking your dick in everything, moving and sitting here passing on this generational trauma. Like, no, you ain't doing that. And it's the same thing with women. It's like, well, you need to accept me as I am. I'm sorry, you don't fit through my door. You don't fit through my door. Your ego don't fit. Your waist don't fit. Nothing fits. Nothing fits. There's not enough room for both of us. Like, there's some things you just got to fucking change when you go in there. And I think people should understand that. And you need to see some things that's proof. Just like Fox would sit here and try me when we first started dating to see if I would whoop her ass. Fox would try me to see if I would whoop her ass. Obviously, we married. So she found out that I wasn't going to whoop her ass. But that's fucking, like, that's wild, right? Like, imagine a woman just sit here trying you like, oh, yeah, I pissed you off. Poke the bear. Poke the bear.
Well, that was because of my own traumas.
Yeah, but that was because of your own traumas. And it's like, you're going to push me? I'm like, motherfucker. Like, you're going to keep trying me like this? Like, bucking up to me and doing all this shit? It's like, hey, calm your little ass down now. Calm your little ass down. Fox used to think she was strong. She used to try and, like, play fight me and shit like that and be all strong. And then I pin her ass to the bed. She was, okay, let me go. Look, you see that? That face she just made? That was a memory. That was a memory of being pinned like this. That was a memory when she realized, like, damn, this motherfucker is strong.
Anyway,
he lift the weight.
But like I said, you do have the option. Either you're going to wait till that person is ready. Either wait till that person is ready. We're not talking about character. We're just talking about them wanting to be in a relationship.
Okay, I get it.
That's all we're talking about.
I get it.
We're
this
not
is the
talking
problem.
about the other deep stuff.
Because this is the problem with that. The only reason I guess I brought that up is because of the fact of, if you say that to me and you're and let's say that you're more fucked up than me, we're both fucked up. All the time. It's both people usually fucked up, right? There's no perfect person in a relationship. Right. But let's say you're fucked up on a 9 and I'm fucked up on a 4. And then you come to me and be like, yo, what are we doing? And I say, hey, I need these things before I can move forward. Now, don't fuck your blessings up by not working on those things to be with me and be like, oh, you should just accept me where I am. Okay. Well, when you fuck with old boy and he thump your dumb ass, that comes because you ain't want to put the work in. So that's, I guess, what I was trying to explain. I'm not saying do all of this shit and be sad and all this other shit. I'm just saying, like, don't fuck your blessings up with somebody that actually love you, that's going to do right with you. That's everything you've been sitting there asking God for.
Or the people move at different pace. They move at different paces. So if we meet and you feel, oh my God, you so dope or whatever, and we spend a little time together, and by month 2 or month 3, you like, oh, we in a relationship or what? Like, no. Like, if I don't feel like I want to know a little bit more about you, then okay, fine. But I don't think for me, I don't believe that there's a timeline to say,
no, I don't know time.
Oh, I need X amount of time. It's just when I feel like, okay, I can see myself with this person or not, and a month or 2 or 3 is not going to.
Well, ain't no relationship cookie cutter. And then it also depends on the amount of time you spend. Like, right? Like, we might just hit it in both our spirits are like, yes, let's scissor. Right. Or maybe not, you know what I'm saying? And it also depends on how much time I got available. Like, maybe you got, like we were saying about the time ratio, maybe you got 8 hours a day available. And maybe I got 8 hours a day available. So we digging each other. So we spend 6 of those 8 hours a day together.
I don't think you should force anybody to. Just because you're ready, that doesn't mean that person is going to be ready to say, "Yep, I'm putting all my chips in on you." No, I think that's ridiculous for you to even think that. I do.
Yeah, I think
especially initially and within the first 90 days, at least 90, 120, whatever you want to call it. I think that's crazy. Like, nobody really makes up their mind like that. We know if we want to screw you, yes.
I think also
we could see something possibly, yes. But to be in a relationship that fast, or to me, that would be fast. To me, I can't speak for everybody else. Somebody, a week later, we in a relationship, right? It depends on the person's patience, right? So they have that. Hey, it's your choice. I'm not ready. Bring it to me. I'll let you know if I'm ready or not. If I'm not ready, do what you want to do after that. You can leave or stay. It's up to you. That's your choice.
Yeah, I think that's part of the growing. So 2 of the things that I think we need to do in relationships and get a difference is, there's a difference between growing for your own betterment and and a person pushing you to grow for your own betterment and shit that you need to do and change for me. So that's two different things, right? So it's like, let's say for
I don't think the person was talking about that though. It was just like, how long does somebody have to wait?
No. I was just saying about that. I was just saying about that because that comes into it, right? Because like it changes depending on where we agree at, changes how long it's going to be before we get in that relationship. So you might look and be like, so you might be 3 weeks into it and be like, yo, he fire. I want to fuck with him. And then I look at it and I'm like, well, I got some issue. I got some shit I want to address. Now, I think that so many people fuck up relationships because they get that, well, I got some shit that I want to address. And it's like, accept me for me. And then I'm out type shit.
Accept me for me is not, I don't think
that's a lack of fucking accountability.
Yeah. The accept me for me thing in
it's
that
like,
way.
no, you got roaches. Where your kids at? I have a lot of questions.
We come together to see our shortcomings too, and to work on those things, right? Because when you're with somebody, when you pair with somebody, that person is a mirror to you. So they're gonna show you the things that you either are doing or the things that you should be doing.
I don't think that everybody's a mirror.
I do. You have
not
to look.
Everybody.
Everybody. You have to look.
Okay, you're saying at a certain percentage.
Yes, there's something about that person that you are going to see yourself in, or something that you should be doing that you're not doing, or something that you are doing that you shouldn't be doing. They're going to show you one or two of those things. And then, I mean, from there, you decide. It's not just like, oh, well, I'm going to be in a relationship with you just because. That's not how it goes.
I'm so sick of these fucking dogs.
We're not talking about
I'm sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know someone before saying you all can get in a relationship. So yeah, I think a relationship is a two-part thing, and I'm glad that Fox hit that because I'm tired of hearing women say like, "Oh, you want to fuck me like that? We go together." No, we don't.
Yeah, no, that's not how it goes.
We don't. Because you telling me that I'm in a relationship after I give you some proper dick is the equivalent of me telling you owe me some box after a proper dinner.
Technically, yep.
Because what it is like I value my time and my money. You value your time and your experience. So the whole thing about it is you control sex, I control relationships. So I can't tell you when a woman controls sex. We agree?
Yeah.
So I can't tell you when it's time to have sex with me, right?
No.
So you can't tell me that we go together or we in a relationship or we dating steady or we getting married. Mm-hmm. Because we had sex, right?
Yeah.
Because it's unreasonable for me to spend my hard-earned money that I went and bust my ass and work overtime, went and did all this other shit to take you to this nice restaurant and say, "Hey, you owe me pussy." That's crazy, right?
That's unreasonable.
So it's unreasonable for me to go ahead. I don't care how I drop the dick off, sideways, one leg up, one head on frontal, all that shit. I don't care. It's not your decision. It's my decision. You can't rape my time, like Patrice O'Neal said. If I was to take the pussy as rape, he like, you're raping my time.
All right, Lorenzo says you can only wait so long for someone. I say about 4 months.
I can't put no time tag on nothing, bro.
It depends on the people.
Yo, think about this. About this. You teach.
Well, that's for him, Lorenzo. It's for him. That's your time, and 4 months. I would say too. I'm like, you would know by then whether or not you can. I would at least suspect that you would know by then. That's a long time if you want to be with somebody or not. What?
You better do some fucking counting first before you go ahead and put yourself on. Get your shit. I like my beer like I like my violence. Domestic.
I didn't know what you was doing. So
don't worry about what I'm doing. Yo, Bunny's a fucking clown, man. Bunny, there's a reason why me and you won't never get a podcast together. To sit here and talk because you are the worst. We would be up here just straight bullshitting the whole time, fucking with you. 3 to 6 business weeks.
No.
Holidays include. No. Shut up.
No.
Yo, but yeah. So I mean, you really can't tell nobody that, man. And if you got a preconceived notion in your, if you really think like, I ain't trying to be like on that hippie shit about time is a construct, but it's really about when the time works, man. Like you might be with some people and know it's right 3 days. Some people take 3 years to make it work because the whole thing of the matter is this shit is like Tetris. If you think about it like this, 2 people walking up to each other. I give y'all both a block of wood. Mm-hmm. Y'all got to make shapes. I'm going to tell y'all to make shapes out of these big old blocks of wood for 20 years. Go make shapes. And then y'all make shapes. And then you look at my block of wood and be like, damn, that block of wood's dope. And I look at your block of wood. That block of wood is dope. Let's put them together. They don't fucking fit. So now we got to spend however much time we need to make those blocks of wood fit now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how really you should look at. That's a fire bar right there. Boy, I just thought of that on the fly too. That's fire. So if you think about that shit, you get a block and you got to make a Tetris shape. You make one shape, I make another shape. We meet each other. You're like, damn, his shape look dope. I look at you, your shape look dope. We don't really take the time because we don't have the self-recollection or understanding of ourselves to say what our shape is. Mm-hmm. We just see the other shape and we judge that shape. Is that shape beautiful? This and that. Fuck my shape that's sitting behind me looking crazy. You know what I mean? looking like ridiculous.
Add you to me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But now we got to put those two shapes together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So then guess what happens is like, you're going to put a time on it. Maybe everything was just perfect. It just lined up perfect, this and that. Boom. And we're just like this. Fucking couple days in, couple weeks in, boom, we're just like this. But then maybe we're on some shit like this. And it's like, well, we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Now, you can't just put a time on that and say, well, it should be 30 minutes or it should be 30 days or this and that to figure this out. No, that's a lot of carving because I carved the shape for 20 years.
How bad do you want it? Are you willing to do what it takes to get it to the perfect shape?
Because the thing about, like, in the end of the day, everybody want this love and they want relationships. And if you're talking about you don't want love and you don't want relationships, that's just because you either you on your incel shit or your bitter bitch committee. But the end of the day is like we want love. So if you want that love and stuff like that, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time to figure some things out. And love ain't one of the things you just wake up every morning like love. You wake up and be like, the reason you alive is because I love you. Like, it's some mornings Fox wake up. She might wake up in the midnight, look at me and be like, the reason he's awake right now, the reason he's breathing right now is because I love him. And there's certain days I look at Fox and she be about to fall with her bum ass knee. And I'd be like, and I'd be thinking about not catching her. And I'd be like, well, I'm going to catch it because I love her.
You ever drop me in? I would never. We ain't even gonna talk about it on the podcast anyway.
You see what the crazy thing is? I just gotta be happy that I'm not getting suffocated, but I gotta catch a whole grown ass clumsy woman.
And I fall. There's no way I should fall. Okay, I ain't been falling. Why all of a sudden I'm falling now? We ain't doing that. Anyway, keep doing what you've been doing. When it
Cal Ripken over here, baby, consistency. But yeah, so I think it's people just got unrealistic expectations. I think a lot of that come from social media. A lot of that come from our parents ain't raised us to be husbands and wives. You know what I'm saying? And I think if anything, women,
a lot of us didn't even have that example of
we ain't even have a healthy
successful marriage relationship. So I think a lot of that too comes from not being shown that and or fear of, or what if I mess up? So we self-sabotage a lot of the times, and also our traumas. Our traumas come in the way of what it is that we need to do. Don't look at her. Don't look at her.
Oh, her voice so deep. You want this one?
Let's see. No, we could save that for the next podcast since it's a little off topic. So we'll save that for our next podcast and get into.
What was the last
can't make that shit up. You do. Okay, while you doing that, I'm gonna go to the comments that we missed earlier on. So Sean said, a man who just wants to screw is going to treat a woman differently than someone he wants to get to know. But sometimes I'm sure the man will want to get to know after he felt how good that thing was between legs. I'm done. What you got to say about Sean's comment?
Sean, I love you as a person. You sounded collard green with that one.
Like, oh, I want to get to know her now. It was so good. Like,
hey, she made me come in 3 minutes. You made me come that fast. I don't ever want to see you again. Fucking witch. Made me come that damn fast. Witch. You ugly saying 1600s. I'll burn your ass at the stake. Fucking whore.
See, Brandon says men always want to have sex first. Then as we get to know each other, that's when it grows.
I wouldn't say always, but more. But that's the norm.
Okay,
100% the norm.
All right, let's see. Sean was like, "Women are the same. They want to fuck. Okay, they want to screw too. Yep, that's true. That's true. Let's see. All right, I think that's pretty much it from the chats that we haven't seen yet. Okay, Lorenzo said he's gonna wait so long. We got him in. Bunny says she's never helpful, so
Bunny is never helpful.
That's what it is. All right, so
I don't got nothing in particular to push out for that one.
all right.
You know the dude who was helping his wife make the semen laced cupcakes? Like
Oh,
he
I
was
remember
gonna
that story like a year or two ago, right?
Yeah.
So recap for everybody. One
So-
of our
so-
can't make this shit up segment was
Dude, old girl was a teacher. She was making cupcakes, and she was lacing the cupcake batter with boy batter.
yes. So she's a teacher feeding her students at school
In
cupcakes
Louisiana,
filled with her husband's semen. Could you believe this?
and they serving it to students. We ain't just serving it to like
Serving it to
faculty
the
members because
kids,
you hate
right?
Karen over there with her fruitcake in there, or
Right.
Bob who always microwaves fish and shit and has the whole office smelling like fish. No, we talking about people, kids.
Yeah, they serving it to people, kids. What happened?
Old boy got 100 years.
100 years.
100 years for several sex crimes involving children. Because he's a former deputy. He was a cop.
Oh wow, really?
Mm-hmm. You
What
know
did
he
his
knew
wife
better.
get? What did his wife get?
Not ex-teacher. So
No, she tried to play the.
she
I
was
a
sentenced to
victim type
41
thing.
years in prison because you know we live in a patriarchy, so women are so oppressed that she got 41 years and he got 100.
She tried to pull that. Oh, he made me do it, and I was a victim thing too.
Second degree
You could have
production.
threw it away and said they ate it. You know, so I'm like, what the hell? She could have made a separate batch of that. Unless he sit there and watch her do it, she could have went to Publix on the way to school. She could have did anything besides give it to them kids. That's disgraceful.
No, but Cam made the shove. He got 100 years. She got 41. I think both the motherfuckers deserve 100 years together.
Yeah.
And then was another video. Old girl, she was arguing with her boyfriend at the bowling alley.
Mm-hmm.
Cracked his ass in the head with a bowling ball. Cracked his head open, sent him to the hospital.
He ain't dead.
And then she went and bowled a strike.
Wow, it was her. She was on the roll.
Ain't no on the roll.
did.
Get her ass out of here. Get her ass out of
Beat you
here.
across the head, and I'm gonna hit a strike on that ass. Bit boop. Got it. What happened?
That's what I plucked
Oh,
you with
my
this
head
earlier.
up.
Yo, that's
Oh.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Because you know if that shit was the other way, like think about it. If you cracked me in the head with a bowling ball and bowled a strike, they'd be like, yeah, girl, what he do to deserve that? This and that. She like choked him, some other shit, then cracked me with the bowling
So
ball.
that's not right either way, but it does make me wonder.
First
what
of
he
all,
did,
I
but-
would have ducked that bowling ball. He ain't got no defensive skills. He ain't from the hood. That's not the right one. See, that's what happens when you don't know what you're doing. I need to put labels on that keyboard.
I know. Well, got your head, guys. Let's see. Shortly. Oh, she said Shorty definitely getting an attempted murder charge.
Absolutely.
Maybe
And then she
will.
said he got 100 years because he had wild child
Oh,
videos and
SIGs.
sex crimes against children. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he deserved that.
Yeah, he deserved
Police
100 years.
officer, protect and serve. Great job.
Yeah,
Great
well.
job, sir. Anyway, gun to your head. Gun to the head segment is you have a game to play for $1 billion.
You want to play a game?
All right. You play this game or your family gets executed, right? Which game are you playing? Okay, so you get $1 billion if you win, but if you lose, you get executed. The opponent is just a random person who's in the same position as you. What you playing?
What's my choices? Oh.
Any choice. What game you playing?
Oh.
What game that's going to secure your spot in this world?
And I have no idea what the other person.
You have no. So
Like I don't even have do I get to look at the other person?
yes, you get to look at the other person. That person is just a total stranger. Okay.
Well, I'm
You
saying
have
it
to choose
changes
the
what they
game
built
that y'all
like.
gonna play.
What they built
It
like.
don't matter what they built like.
Yes, it does.
You have to choose the game that you're going to play.
No,
Either you're
no.
gonna play this game or your family dies.
This is what I'm saying. Is if I look across there and I see you, I'm gonna just be like, let's have a push-up contest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna look at you and be like,
No,
push-up
It
contest.
doesn't matter.
I know she
It's
only
a
good for.
stranger. It's a stranger.
But what I'm saying is, I look at you, like just looking at you. I look at your
you
build.
just get, so you choose the game and whoever comes. One, you have to either play the game or your family dies. Two, you choose to play the game. You can get $1 billion if you win, or you get executed. Which game are you playing?
Well, I'm gonna play.
If you decide to
I'm gonna play regardless.
Okay.
I'm gonna play regardless, but so I don't get to see the stranger before I play.
No, you
because you just
don't.
said I did.
You'll
And
see
then you
them when
change
they
your
come
mind.
in, or he, she, whoever it is. You'll see them when they come in, but
Because
you
it's
have
a-
already chosen the game you're going to play.
Because it's a big difference between like I look across and I see you, and I look across and I see David Gogans and be like
Jeebus
push-up contest.
Christophs. Okay, answer the question.
Yo, ladies first. What you got? I gotta think
No,
about this. I need some time to
the gun
think.
to your head is you, so
I need some time to think.
You want a gun to your head? In the chat, what y'all got? Oh, Bunny said
You can't play solitaire in the mirror. You gotta play solitaire with somebody else.
No, you can't play solitary.
And you
with
don't
yourself.
even know.
You play solitary with someone, so that's the game you choose it then. Okay, you that confident.
How you gonna play solitaire versus somebody?
I don't know, but you're gonna have to figure that shit out.
They're gonna be over there at the same time for time. Like,
which game you playing, Bunny, with your stranger? Which game?
yeah, I'm gonna fight to the death.
What you got?
Fight to the death.
Fight to death? That's not a game.
It's a fucking game today.
It's not a game.
If I lose, I die either way. So I'm a fucking.
If you lose,
because if I lose, you kill me.
Die.
Or if I lose, you execute me. So fight to the fucking death.
So why fight to the death then? Why can't it be like Uno or something? Like
because you ain't gonna go the rest of your life after I get executed out here looking beautiful. I'm gouging your fucking eyes out. Like, bro, you're not gonna have a happy life.
It's not me though.
No, I'm just talking about whoever it is. I'm talking about I'm talking about like when I die, I'm sitting there, dick in hand, like you want to get hard on again. Like something gotta happen. Nope, you get a shitty. You look at that shit.
Die. It's at the end of it.
Hey, you look at all that shit, and you got a 3 of spades and 1 jack of hearts, and you over there like, damn. Hey, and old boy over there, Boston. First of all, Bunny, you ain't picking dodgeball because the way your patella is set up.
You chose dodgeball.
Man, listen.
If you could dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
You did. Hey, let me tell you something.
No, ma'am.
You out here.
Doing in the chat.
Get out of here, bro.
I'm playing rock, paper, scissors. Okay.
You don't have no control over that.
Listen, I know, but I've been pretty good all my life, so I think I'm gonna bet on me on that.
Well, let's go at it right now.
Nope.
Let's go at it right now. I just want to see if your life was
bet on me.
Come on.
I'm going to bet on me with it. No.
Rock,
I'm not gonna do it. Nope.
Scissors.
Nope.
Damn.
Honey, what I mean.
Hey, Jaime, the gun to your head was
the gun to your head was gun to your head. You have to choose a game to play, right? Well, there's a game to play. Either you play it or your family gets executed. Okay, so that's one choice. Now, if you decide to play the game, you choose a game that you're going to play. If you win, you get $1 billion. If you don't, you get executed. Which game are you playing, Jaime? Which game are you
Fox
playing?
pick rock, paper, scissors.
I'm playing rock, paper, scissors. If it ain't rock, paper, scissors, if they don't have that, if the person don't have a hand or something, I don't know. We're going to play Connect 4. Maybe use the other hand or something. I don't know. Use your toes, whatever you got to do. But I'm going to, those are my 2 right there. I've been pretty good at Connect 4, pretty good at rock, paper, scissors. So,
yeah. I think the real question is how close family we talking.
I don't know why we can't see you, sweetheart. Your comments. Oh, no, I don't see your comments in here. I see everybody else but you. Let's see. Let me see. Why is it like that? That's so weird.
I don't know.
Can y'all see us here on Facebook? Because I know we have Twitch streaming good. The Twitch streaming good. YouTube is good. Someone just texted me and said they...
Oh, she said air hockey.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what she said? Air hockey? Okay. That's crazy why we can't see her.
It's probably the privacy on your... It might be the privacy of your account.
For people to see your posts and stuff?
People to see your posts, yeah. Because my account's public.
Yeah. Okay.
So she picked air hockey.
Air hockey. Okay. You bad at air hockey? Okay.
Yo, y'all wild, bro. I'm fighting to the death.
Oh, no. Look. Bunny said, I think the real question is how close family we talking about.
We talking moo close.
we talking
moo close.
Your daughter.
They pick
whoever you love the most, gone, eradicated.
We're talking about the first 2 people that they said they was gonna kill with a Zamboni was Moo and me. That's what they said for
hers. Oh, yeah. You can see her. Okay, well, we can't see it over here. That's weird. How you can see it?
Yeah. So yeah. What you saying? What you saying? What you want to do? It ain't up there.
That's weird.
It's probably what you got on. Oh, all right, then fight to the death. That's what I'm talking about.
No. That's not
That's
a game.
what I'm talking about.
That's not a game.
It's a game today. You playing with my life.
Twitch streamers, what's up? What y'all doing on Twitch?
Fighting to the death?
No.
We fighting to the death.
No.
We're out here fighting to the
no
death.
Fisticuffs. No fisticuffs. Fighting
what?
is not it. It's not Tekken 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's not that.
I don't know how many Tekkens it is, but I know how many punches you're going to catch in the face.
Or 6 of them or something. I know 5 for sure.
53 to the face. It's a close kick. Hey.
Okay, so we got playing with my
Let's play, baby.
Oh my God.
You trying to get my you trying to get my wife?
Oh, let me see. All right, I choose 1 versus 1 tequila shots.
Hey, Jaime, I'm burying.
Okay.
You better hope they don't call me.
All right, that's your game.
You better hope I'm not your opponent in there, Jaime. Last man standing, because I'm be standing over you like in Korea, looking over you like, What's up, Vato?
And both of y'all gonna end up dying at the end of the day for alcohol poisoning.
Call it what you want, but I'm going to Valhalla with a buzz. Fight to the fucking death, B. That's all. That's how serious. If my life is in question, only thing I got is fight to the death.
Let's see. Yeah, we don't talk about it. Okay, so don't talk about it.
Fight to the fucking death.
All right, guys.
Valhalla.
Hey, so thank you guys for sitting with us in Uncle Legend's Corner. We appreciate all your participation and or support. Okay. Listen, if you guys want to be on the podcast, you got anything you want us to talk about, hit us up at askunclelegend@gmail.com. Peace. I thought somebody posted something. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's after the show.
It's the after
we just
party.
ended the show. Y'all popping in. We just ended the show. Sorry, guys. We'll post this so you guys can recap if you would like. Listen, guys, we have one puppy left. Okay, 1 puppy left.
Should I go grab him?
Yes, go grab him. Why he trying to hump his mama? Oh my God, he only 10 weeks old. I can't stand it.
Hey, I told you, man, we can't control it.
What the heck is going on? Oh my God. Oh my God. Somebody please get this dog. Get this puppy, guys. Okay. He's about to bring him back. Hurry up before everybody leaves.
He's trying to get him.
Listen, if y'all on my post, y'all already seen this child right here. Back him up. So he needs a home. We had 10 puppies. We all have rehomed them to great homes. He's the last man standing. His sister was rehomed last week. So it's just him now. And he needs a good family. So if you guys are interested, no, he is not free. So don't ask that. But if you guys are interested in adding someone to your family, because it takes work and it takes coins to take care of this dog. So if you look at him, he's so cute.
We like to call him Milk or Snoopy.
Milk
or Cookies and Cream.
Cow.
Soft.
He like a cow, so we call him Milk.
No.
But you call him whatever you want to. You can call him yours if you want to.
You can call him Darius. You can call him Zach.
Whatever you want to call him. He deserves to be loved by you. He deserves to be loved by you. So hit me up, Fox Emil. Probably the only one. FOXAMIL. Or you can hit up Legend over here. Okay. If you guys are interested. Just talk to my wife because in case they're not friends with me. No, it's not. It's definitely not. But anyway.
We do military discounts.
Yes, we'll do a military discount. He comes with a kennel already. He comes with food. He comes with starter pads. And he also comes with doggy poop bags. So he comes with a box of those. So a pack of those. So what's up? Y'all don't have to get anything but a blanket for him to lay on or something inside his kennel and a doggy bowl. If y'all don't have a doggy bowl, we have one. Y'all have to get the other one for the food, and we have the one for the water or however y'all want to do it. But He comes with all that he really needs. So to come home with you today, tomorrow,
I'll bring him right now.
Right this minute. So we just already have 2 dogs. We have the mother and the father here, and to have him here, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of dogs. So that's enough for me. So if all else fails, if you don't feel like you need a dog, just do it for me then. If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for me, because I have to take care of these 3 dogs every day, and that's a bit much for me. I'm not as kind as you. I'm not.
Like you about to sit here.
I'm not as kind as you. So if you care anything about this,
angel. I feel like Sarah McLachlan should be playing in the background.
All it takes is one.
Will there be one?
15 minutes a day. All he needs is your attention.
That's a fucking lie. We done here?
We done that. Yes, Jaime. So what's up? Stop playing.
So, Jaime, you got my personal cell,
Come
bro.
on. Like, I cannot do this, Jaime. We have the mother and the father. And Legend too, exactly.
Yes.
Jaime. Like, he deserves to be with you. You will love him.
Hey,
he's so upbeat and he's chill too. Like
he looked kind of like the dog from Friday that got high off the weed on the next Friday.
But not that little long.
Not the long snout nose. Nah, he cute.
This dog, he's a pity. So
you seen him?
His mother, red, and father's a blue, and he's
hoodlum.
Pretty.
All right.
Okay, so Jaime, he has your name on it. What else? I'll go by.
You got me on every. You got me on every social media. You got my cell phone number. You know where I live.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you can get in contact with me. You probably know where I live. If you don't, you know how to get.
Listen,
I'll give him the address.
I'll go get a caller tomorrow if you get him. If you want him now, we can go give him to you right now.
Hell yeah, text me. I bring him to the house. In fact, I put him in the same bag that you put your son in that you had on that TikTok video. Put him in the same bag and bring the puppy.
Yeah, if you're interested, he got a son. How old is his son?
How old is little Jaime now? I don't know. I can't remember now.
Is it a toddler age boy?
He's a little boy. He probably.
Oh, see, every boy needs a dog. Every boy needs a dog, just like you say, babe, right? You need something to grow up with.
Even if I didn't say that, I'll say that shit right now. Too many dogs in the house.
So y'all popping in on a podcast. We already in the podcast. We just talking with the with our fellows over
we just
here.
Fooling y'all.
Yeah, so definitely, Jaime, we're gonna be looking forward to the text message to see what we can do to get this guy in a great home. Okay,
get him out of here.
Every home that we've housed these guys, we had 10 puppies.
We 9 for 10.
Yes, and we only been doing it. We set them. We already had 3 gone before they was even. It was time for them to go. It was right before Thanksgiving, and then it was 3 of them, right? Yeah, it was 3 of them. They had already said that they wanted them, so they were already spoken for. So around that time, we ended up letting those go, and then after that, it's been like every week. So we just down to 1.
All right.
We down to 1. They had their dibs already.
Peace. If y'all can show up for a podcast, y'all can slide my DMs and come get this puppy.
That's right.
In fact, the noise they're making over there, you might get 2 more dogs for free.
No, they can't get our crazies.
Yeah.
We love them too much.
All right. Peace. Like love y'all. Appreciate y'all showing up for the podcast. As always.
Next Wednesday. We'll see you guys Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.